and Florentina. For today, we're going to discuss Lesson 3, which is all about parabola. A parabola is one of the conic sections. We have already seen parabolas which open upward and downward as a graph of quadratic functions. Do you know that the parabola is used in the design of car headlights? So here is our given figure. Do you know that the parabola is used in the design of car headlights and in spotlights? This is because a parabolic reflector has the property that if a light source is placed at the focus of the reflector, has the property that a light source is placed at the focus of the reflector. The light rays will reflect from the mirror as rays parallel to the axis. For this reason, this is used in car headlights to give an intense concentrated beam of light. So here's our figure for parabola used in the design of car headlights. Okay, so we have the definition and equation of parabola. So first, let us discuss the definition. What is all about parabola? Parabola is the set of all points which is x, y in a plane that are equidistant from a fixed line called directrix. So we have their different terms, okay? So directrix and a fixed point called the focus, not on the line. The vertex is the midpoint between the focus and directrix, while the axis of symmetry of the parabola is the line passing through the focus and the vertex. Then latus rectum is connecting two points of parabola and passes through the focus. So we have here four properties of the graph of parabola with vertex at the origin. If the vertex is at the origin, so we're going to follow four properties. So first properties, y squared equals 4ax, the parabola opens to the right. So if the given equation is like this, y squared equals 4ax or positive 4ax, the parabola always open to the right. Then for vertex 0, 0, for F or focus A0, for C directrix x equals negative a. Then for the latus rectum we have a over ay. Then we have for latus rectum we have ay, then a negative 1 a y, or pwedeng negative a 2a and negative a negative 2a. Okay, so for properties number 2, we have y squared equals negative 4ax. So if negative 4ax, the parabola opens to the left. If parabola opens to the right, positive. For parabola, if parabola opens to the left, negative. Then for our vertex 0, 0, for focus negative a0, directrix x equals positive a. Then for latus rectum negative ay and negative a negative y, or we have negative a 2a and 2a over 2a and a. Okay, so for the third properties, x squared equals positive 4ay. The parabola opens upward. Okay, so take note, x squared equals 4ay, parabola opens upward. Then for vertex 0, 0, for focus 0a, for directrix y equals negative a, for latus rectum negative xa, then xa, positive xa, or negative 2a, a, positive 2a, positive a. Okay, so for our fourth properties, x squared equals negative 4ay, so parabola opens downward. Okay, so if negative 4ay, parabola opens downward. Then for our vertex, we have 0, 0, for focus 0, negative a, for directrix y equals positive a, for latus rectum negative x, negative a, then negative x, negative a, or negative 2a, negative a, positive 2a, negative a. Okay, so we have also there the properties of the graph of parabola with vertex not at the origin. A while ago, the following properties if the vertex is at the origin. Then now, if the vertex is not at the origin. So first property is y minus k squared equals 4a times the quantity x minus h. So the parabola opens the right. So if the given equation or equation is like this, the parabola opens to the right. Then, for the vertex, paano kunin yung vertex? Focus, directrix, and latus rectum. For vertex, we have 0, 0. For focus, H plus A, then K. Then, for directrix, we have X equals H minus A. Then, for latus rectum, for latus, we have H plus A, then K plus 2A. Then, for R, H minus A, then K minus 2A. For the second property is Y minus K squared equals negative 4A times the quantity X minus H. If negative, the parabola opens to the left. Then, for vertex, we have the quantity of H and K. Then, for focus, H minus A, then K. Then, for directrix, we have X equals H plus A. Then, for latus rectum, we have the quantity H minus A, then K plus 2A, then H minus A, K minus 2A. For our third properties, if the parabola opens upward, the equation or the formula will be X minus H squared equals positive 4A times the quantity Y minus K. Then for our vertex, to find the vertex, HK. For focus, H, then K plus A. For directrix, we have X equals K minus A. Then for latus rectum, we have H minus 2A, then K plus A. H plus 2A, K plus A. Okay, so for our fourth properties, if the parabola opens downward, our equation or formula will be X minus squared equals negative 4A times the quantity Y minus K. Then for finding the vertex, we have HK. For focus, we have H, then K minus A. For directrix, we have X equals K plus A. Then for latus rectum, we have H minus 2A, K minus A. Then H plus 2A, K minus A. Okay, so here is the representation if the parabola opens upward. So here it is. Then if the parabola opens right, so here is the given illustration. Then if the parabola opens downward, so here. And if the parabola opens left, so the illustration will be here. Okay, so let's proceed to the given example. Now, example number 1, determine the focus and directrix of the parabola with the given equation. Sketch the graph and indicate the focus, directrix, vertex, and axis of symmetry. So, since walang naka-indicate sa given equation kung the vertex located or the vertex is at the origin or not at the origin, so since walang naka-indicate, therefore, yung given problem is the vertex is not on the origin. So, therefore, we're going to use the following properties for the vertex is not at the origin. So, but now, we're going to analyze if the parabola opens to the left, open to the right, open upward, or backward. So, since our given equation is x squared equals 12y, therefore, the parabola so the parabola opens backward. Why? Because based from the given equation, which is x squared equals positive 12y. So therefore, the parabola opens upward. And we're going to use the given equation, which is x minus h squared equals 4a times the quantity y minus k. So now we're going to identify what is the vertex, focus, directrix, and the axis of symmetry. Okay, so first, we're going to find the vertex. Okay, so what do you think is the vertex? So for the vertex, we're going to find, since our formula for vertex is h and k. Okay, so it is our formula. Because we're going to use the properties for if the vertex is not the origin. So, gagamitin po natin is yung properties for if parabola opens upward. So, therefore, our vertex will be h and k. So, here, since wala naman dito binigay na ordered pairs, so therefore, our value for h is 0 and 0. Kasi wala naman dito nakalagay kung ano yung value ng x and y, which is yung h natin or k. So, understood na 0, 0. Then, let's proceed to directrix, okay? Or focus. Hanapin natin yung focus. Since yung focus pinapahanap dyan is, or yung formula for focus is h, then k plus a. So, hindi pa dyan given yung a. Wala pa dyan yung value ng a. So, hahanapin natin yung value ng a. So, paano ba hanapin yung value ng a? First, step 1, kailangan muna natin kailangan natin hanapin yung value ng a. Okay, so paano ba yun hanapin? First, gamitin natin yung 4a. Saan ba nakuha yung 4a? Doon pa sa given equation yung binigay ko sa inyo kanina, yung mga different properties. Okay po? So, equate natin yung 4a sa positive 12. So, ito po yung positive 12. Saan po nakuha yung 4a? Yung sa properties po, following properties that I already discussed a while ago. Okay. Then, locate natin siya sa 12. Saan nakuha yung 12? Dito po. Okay, so ayan. Then, para makatanggal natin dito yung katabi ng a, para makuha natin yung a, kasi hahanapin natin is yung focus, we're going to divide it both side by 4. Then 0, 1. Then our problem is, or the value for a is 3 rather. 3. Okay. Since we already find the value for a, so we're going to use the formula for focus. Okay, so hanapin na po natin yung focus. Okay, so letters in muna tayo. So, ito natin to. So, focus. So, the formula for focus is h, then k plus a. Okay po. So, ito po yung balikan po natin kanina yung binigay ko mga different following properties. Okay po. So, for h natin, since wala naman nga tayong given value dito, so yung h natin is 0. Ayan. Then, yung k natin is still 0 plus the value for a natin is 3. Yung nakuha natin po dito. We have 3. Then, simplify. 0, copy 0. Then, we have 0 plus 3. We have positive 3. So, our focus is 0 and 3. So, inayos ko lang yung solution natin. So, again, ulitin ko po. Okay, so our given equation is x squared equals 12y. So, here's our given equation. Okay, so then here's our vertex. So, since sabi ko kanina, wala naman na given for h and k or x, y. So, therefore, our x and k h 0, 0. Then, for focus, we have h, then k plus a. So, wala pa yung given value for a. So, paano ba natin kunin yung a? So, equate natin siya by for a. Saan po nakuha yung for a? Yung formula po to sa previous, natin, yung na-discuss kanina sa different properties. Okay? So, for a equals, equate natin siya by 12. Saan po nakuha yung 12? Sa given equation. So, para makuha yung value ng a, divide both side by 4. Cancel. Then, 12 divided by 4, we have 3. Then, we're going to use a there as dito po sa formula natin sa focus. So, our h is 0, then k is 0, then plus, substitute the given for value for a, which is 3. Then, 0 plus 3, we have 3. So, our final for focus is 0, 3. So, now, hanapin na natin yung directrix. Okay, so for our directrix, our formula is y equals k minus a. Okay po, so yun yung formula natin if the parabola opens upward. Okay, so now, substitute na natin siya. So since our value for k is 0, then minus, our value for a is 3. Okay, so 3. Then simplify, 0 minus 3. We have negative 3. So, our final answer for directrix is negative 3. Okay, so let's proceed to next, axis of symmetry. For formula for axis of symmetry, our formula that we're going to use is x equals h. Okay, so copy x. Then, our value for h is 0. So, ganun lang po siya kadali. Okay, so let's proceed to our latus rectum. Okay, so latus rectum. Okay, so ano ba yung gagamitin natin sa latus rectum? Since yung value natin for, or yung given problem natin is x squared equals 12y, so ang gagamitin natin na formula is only 2p. Okay po, base natin siya dito. Okay, at 2p, 2a rather po. Okay din yun kasi minsan yung p is ginagamit siya or pampalit siya sa a. So since nasimula natin yung a, so we're going to use a 2a. Okay po, so yun po yung gagamitin natin. Okay? So now, kunin natin yung value ng latus rectum, which is copy 2. Then, yung a papalitan natin ng value dito, which is 3. Then, simplify. 2 times 3, we have 6. So, our answer for latus rectum is only 6. Okay? Since negative, yung positive yung value natin, which if the parabola opens upward, so, kukunin po natin na latus rectum is positive. So, kaya 2a lang po siya. Okay po? So, 6. Okay, let's proceed to example number 2, which is sketch the graph of the parabola that has an equation of y plus 3 squared equals 4 times the quantity x minus 2. So in there, what do you think is the properties that we're going to, or what is the property that we're going to apply? Okay, so we're going to mag-base po tayo sa given equation. Okay, so in here po, gagamitin natin is yung parabola or yung vertex is not at the origin po kasi nga wala naman naka-indicate kung nasa origin siya or hindi. So therefore, we're going to use the properties if the vertex is not at the origin. So, gagamitin po natin dito yung properties number 1, which is parabola opens at the right. Bakit po? Kasi based from the given equation natin, which is x plus 3 squared equals 4 times x minus 2. Diba yung formula for parabolas open upward? So the formula is y minus k squared equals 4a times the quantity x minus h. So, ito po yung formula ng formula for parabola is open upward. Dito po, gagamitin natin yung property if the parabola opens to the right. Bakit? So, magbe-base po tayo sa given equation, which is y minus k squared equals 4a times the quantity k minus h. So, dito po kung nakikita nyo, kaparehas po siya dito. So, disregard natin dito yung positive kasi wala naman siya problem as long as yung formula natin or yung given equation is kagaya ng sa formula. So, therefore, gagamitin natin is the parabola opens to the right. So, first, let's try to find the vertex, which is the formula for vertex if the parabola opens to the right is h and k. Okay. So, ito po yung natin. So, since po dito, as you can see, mayroon tayong value ng y then k. So, kanina sa example natin, yung yung h then k is equals sa 0 kasi wala naman na naka-indicate for h and k or x and y. Okay. So, dito po, ang k natin will be, or h natin will be positive 2. Bakit po positive 2? Kasi negative po to. Ito po ha, yung h po is 4x, then yung k po is 4y. Okay? So, negative 2, i-equate na po natin siya. So, therefore, magiging positive 2. And then, 4k, positive 3, it would be negative 3. So, ayan po yung ating vertex. So, next, let's find the focus. So, the formula for focus under the parabola opens to the right is h plus a then k. Okay, so again po, since wala pa naman yung value ng a, hindi pa naibigay yung a, so hahanapin muna natin yung value ng a. So, paano ba gamitin yung, or paano ba kunin yung value ng a? Equate din natin, 4a equals, so dito po, ang natin is, kukunin natin is yung 4, yung nasa labas. Okay po, so 4. So, ayan, so yung 4a po, yung formula po yung para kunin yung a, 4. Divide natin both side by 4 para mawala yung or matanggal yung katabi ng a. Then, cancel out na natin. So, our value for a is 1. So, ayun na po yung, ito po yung gagamitin natin. Okay. So, dito pwede na natin hanapin yung value ng focus. So, our h is positive 2 plus yung a natin which is positive 1. Okay. So, ayan. And then, yung k natin is negative 3. Okay po. Ayan. Then, simplify natin. 2 plus 1 is 3. Then, copy negative 3. So, ito na po yung ating focus. So, next, hanapin na po natin yung pinapahanap na sunod is yung directrix. Okay, so hanapin na po natin. For the formula for directrix that we're going to use under parabolas opens at the right, we have x equals h minus a. Okay, so copy x. So, our value for h is positive 2. Ayan. Then, minus our a is yung kanina nakuha natin yung buwan. Okay? Ayan. Then, simplify. Our directrix is positive 1. Okay? So, ganyan lang po siya kabilis. Find the axis of symmetry. So, for letter D natin. Okay? So, the formula for axis of symmetry under the parabola opens at the right is y equals h. So, ito po. Para po malaman nyo or makita nyo kung saan ko po ito kinukuha mga formula, yung kanina po binigay ko sa inyo, yung we have 8 properties, yung if vertex is at the origin, then if the vertex is at not the origin. So, yun po yung ginagamit ko dito, okay? So, for the axis of symmetry, we're going to use y equals h. So, copy y. Then, our value for h is, yung kaninang binigay ko is 2. Okay, so ito, 2. Okay, the next is, hanapin naman natin yung latus rectum. Okay, so yun naman po yung hanapin natin. So, for latus rectum, since opens to the right, so still positive pa rin po yung hanapin natin. Okay? Kasi yung opens to the right, then opens upward, positive po siya. Then yung opens to the left and opens downward, negative po siya. So, therefore, for our latus rectum, we're going to use still 2a. Then, simplify or substitute. So, copy 2. Our value for a that we solved a while ago is 1. Okay? So, simplify, we have 2. So, this is our value of a. Then, for our graph, since we need to sketch the graph. So, okay. So, ayun po, ipapakita ko po dito sa video yung graph, which is, ito po. Okay, so let's proceed to example number 3. The figure shows the graph of parabola with only its focus and vertex indicated. Then, what is the directrix and axis of symmetry? So, given the focus and vertex, we're going to find the directrix and axis of symmetry. So, our vertex, value for vertex is 5, negative 4. Then, for focus, we have 3, negative 4. Okay, then, the parabola opens to the left. Why? Because we're going to base from the given vertex. Okay po, which is 5, then negative 4. So, for our equation, yung pwede natin gawin equation is y plus 4. Bakit po plus 4? Kasi negative 4. Diba yung, ito yung h natin. This is h, then this is k. Okay? So, for y, since negative 4, so it would be positive 4. Okay, so y plus 4 squared. Okay, so yung 8 dito, negative 8, saan naman ito nakuha or paano ba ito nakuha? So, di ba yung equation for if the parabola opens to the right, the equation would be x minus k squared equals negative 4a times the quantity x minus a. So, paano po nakuha yung 4? So, negative 4 times 2, i-multiply natin siya sa 2, since negative, so therefore, negative 8. Okay po? So, 4 times 2, we have 8, tama? So, 4 times 2, we have 8. Okay? So, now, hahanapin na natin is yung directrix and axis of symmetry using the given value for vertex and focus. Okay, so let's proceed or let's find the value for directrix and axis of symmetry. Okay, so like what I've said a while ago po, given na yung value for vertex which is 5, negative 4, and then yung focus which is 3, negative 4. Pero di ba bago natin makuha yung focus, dapat makuha muna natin is yung A or value ng A. Okay po? So, kunin muna natin yung value ng A which is, equate muna natin siya. So, diba, since the parabola opens to the left, so therefore, negative, meron tayo dito negative 4A. Okay po? Kasi yung parabola opens to the left. So, equate natin siya by yung kaninang value natin is yung negative 8. Okay po? Yung binigay ko kanina. Then, divide natin siya both side by negative 4. Okay, so cancel out natin siya. So, our A is positive, ilan? Positive 2. Kasi ito po yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina, yung tig-multiply po natin yung 4 times 2, kaya nakuha po natin dito yung 8. So, kaya negative kasi po yung parabola is open to the left. Okay po? So, now, Since ayan na po yung ano natin, ayan na yung given ng A natin. So, pwede na natin mahanap yung focus. Since nabibigay naman yung focus, so explain ko lang ulit kung paano po yung focus. So, sa focus natin, we have P. Okay, so A pala yung ginagamit natin. Okay, so we have H minus A, which is, yung H natin is 5 minus A. Okay po, 5 minus 2 rather. Okay, which is equal sa 3. Kaya naging 3 dito. Dahil yung K natin is negative 4. So now, hahanapin na natin is yung directrix. Okay po, so hahanapin po natin yung directrix. Okay, so hanapin na natin yung value ng directrix. So for formula natin that we're going to directrix is, okay, so ayan. So X equals H plus P. So, saan ko po ito nakuha? Yung sa properties po na if the parabola opens to the left. So, balikan nyo na lang po yung different properties. Ito po yung formula niya. Okay, so hanapin na natin yung directrix. A po pala, nalilito ako. A pala yung ginamit natin. Okay, so we have value for H, which is 5. Then, plus value ng A natin. So, kaya hinanap natin siya kasi kailangan natin siya dito gamitin. Okay po. So, value ng A natin is 2. Then, just add it. So, we have 7. So, our value for directrix is 7. Okay, then next is hanapin naman natin yung axis of symmetry. Okay, so ayan po. Yung sa formula naman po ng axis of symmetry, so hanapin naman natin din is, or yung gagamitin natin na formula is y equals h. Ito po yung formula pag the parabola opens to the left. Okay po, so y equals h. So, simplify or substitute. So, the value for h is 5. Okay po, so ayan lang. Then, ipapakita ko po sa inyo dito yung graph, kung ano po yung graph. Idadagdag lang natin kung saan po ba located yung axis of symmetry and directrix. Kasi kanina yung sa graph is given na yung vertex then focus. Then ipapakita ko naman kung saan ba pwedeng ilagay yung, or saan natin ilolocate yung directrix and axis of symmetry. So ito po yung graph niya. Okay, so ito po dito sa makikita pong part. Okay po. So, that's all for today discussion or video. So, next video po ay still about parabola pa rin po tayo. Pero, we're going to focus on word problems. Okay po. So, for now, we just i-discuss ko lang po muna kung paano ba natin i-apply yung 8 different properties if parabola opens to the right, parabola opens to the, basta tignan po, pag parabola opens to the right, it is positive. And pag upward, positive din. Then, pag if parabola opens to the left, negative. Then, parabola opens downward, negative din. Okay po. So, yun lang po. If you have any questions regarding the video, so you can ask me during our Google Meet. Okay, so goodbye everyone and see you on our next video lesson.